Welcome back to Indian Trace. This is going to be something different. You're used to seeing display videos like this, but this is in relation to the last video, the hunt that I did at Notchville in the tobacco. Did really well. I found some more pieces, but I wasn't able to get those up. They're not right here, but here is a very quick, easy grab that we're going to take a look at. Excuse me, from my top of the box Notchville pieces. Just went across and I can just look at them and say, that's from Notchville, that's from Notchville. So we're going to go over those. Just some incredible finds from Notchville. Of course, there's the reason why I keep going back to that place. I mean, you're looking at it and it's just, it's almost endless reasons. And I just pretty much quickly went through and just grabbed a handful of them and then laid them out. Not taking a whole lot of time at all. But also the video is in response to a couple questions that came in. One, about some of the boxes they've been seeing. Boxes like this, for those of you who are just passing by or new subscribers, which I call C4s. These are destined, if you take a look at these, for the koi pond. Now, if you don't want them at the koi pond, drop me an email, tell me what you want to do. I'll send you a whole bag full of these things. We'll just score it up. We'll settle on a price that's right, and I'll just bag them up, box them up, and send them off because they're destined. Before you know it, the day will come, the day is right, and I'll bring them all out there, and I'll just put them around my koi pond, which is a gorgeous, beautiful rock garden now, full of all this quartz and rhyolite. That's what C4 is. Now, they're all credible, definable artifacts, not just chips at all. Not just chips at all. That's what I put in there. But then when you go to C3 artifacts, as many of you have seen, here's the way it works. And the note was, how does it really work? How's your progression work with your, moving day giveaways and things like that? All this pottery is moving. And I said that before, but it's moving. And all the artifacts you see in this box are moving except for the banner stones. Don't have a better place for those right now. And there's some great ones in there. Some great pieces. Don't find those that often. They're very rare. Don't have a better place, as I mentioned. That is just for those of you who are just, signing in, just moving by, just learning about what Indian Trace is, and I really appreciate your encouragement. And you go on, and a lot of the veterans or people who've been here a while, they understand the method to the madness of the way it works. I have different sections that are just sort of reserved in waiting, top quality stuff. But in here, it's all negotiable. All negotiable. Lots of different pieces. In here, I keep all my full pieces, what I call my C3, class 3s. And you've seen a couple videos back, you can go back and just type in the search bar, Heartbreaker Vase, Indian Trace, and you'll see my C2s. And then in my display box, which I'm not going to show you today, are my C1s. And that's the way that works. Rarely approach for anything. I don't really sell my collector pieces, but I have too much and I have to figure out a way to keep it moving. And that's really what you hear the verbiage from all the time. So taking a look at all this stuff, I just love the texture on all the pottery. Just great stuff. If you're interested in any of it, just let me know and I'll tell you how it works. Easy as that. Now, let's take a look at this. The reason I'm doing this, excuse me, right here, the reason I'm doing this quickly today is because it was just a stellar day in the tobacco. I did find more. I put the video up before this, but this is the reason I keep going back. Because it shares pieces like this. That site is big too. I broke it into 3 parts. So let's go around this like a clock, and we're going to go ahead and start in the middle. Look at these 3 pieces in the middle. And there's some other Guilfords that I found there, but they're not on the top and they weren't easy just to grab. Nice Guilford Yuma. Kind of quartz work. This will just show you. And now anybody in their right mind, after you see these pieces, is going to return to that site. Because for what you see here, for what I share and display, there's 10 times that much on a site I really have come to believe this about sites. For what you found, there's 10 times that much. It's like the ocean. Big sea of dirt, as Brooksy might say. Now, going around the clock, Morrow Mountain, 2016. Actually, the beginning of 2017 here. It's a great piece, too. Piece of rhyolite. These are all from Notchville, and it gives the clear evidence of why I need to keep going back there, like the piece you found today. And I also had a couple great comments and great shout outs that said they just absolutely love seeing the history of sites they hear me mention or sites that I'm at, and just see the product of what comes off that. And I'd love to see it. Like, Richard, if you went ahead and grabbed a handful of pieces that you've gotten out of the garden, your garden, and I guess Spike has a place he calls the garden, which he purports he's pulled 5,000 pieces off of that place. 5,000. Look at that piece. Look at the workmanship at Notchville. And I didn't look to grab the best pieces. I just grabbed the top shelf of my display box when I just saw them and said, okay, that's from Notchville, that's from Notchville, that'll work, and just went through it. But you can see, you're going to get a calling card to return to a site. That's an important part. So one place, Notchville. I could call it Notchville Reboot, but important. Plus, just to let you know about C4 artifacts and C3 artifacts, if you want those, I got to get them out of here. Just part of my my way. Pay it forward, really. Incredible pieces from Notchville. All right, and that was just a little bit of a tour of the video before this, which was live from today. Great find again at Notchville, but that's what you get. Take a look at the bottom half. This is just for really the historians, the real lovers of this stuff. I try to do a good job for color, for natural light. To show you different sets. And again, as always, I appreciate you tuning in. You drop me a note if you're interested in anything, and we can work out something, a trade or a deal. Just making it worth both people's while, my while, to box it up and pay for the postage, that sort of stuff. So from Indian Trace to all of you out there, of course, I hope you find out there. I hope you're inspired and you keep moving forward. There's Indian sites out there that are not discovered yet, and I hope you find one. Be well out there.